Okay, so here to conclude, maybe in one podcast, sustainability in university campuses. Should it be on university campuses? I don't know. The way is forward, I would say. There have been many previous works which have reported on and documented the diversity of approaches and strategies being deployed in order to foster the cause of sustainability on campuses. In addition, there are various organizations devoted to the development of this field. So, what are the organizations? The International Sustainable Campus Network supports colleges, universities, and corporate campuses in achieving sustainable campus operations and integrating sustainability in research and teaching. Actual implementation is what is really new. Research and teaching goes on, has been going on, but unless you implement, you can never know what are the actual challenges in the real world, right? And what innovations are needed to close those gaps and also to train students in the expertises needed. Nordic Sustainable Campus Network, campus greening program in the United States, Association for the Advancement of Sustainability in Higher Education, based in US and Canada. Sustainability Campus Network from UNESCO initiative draws together 15 universities interested to cooperate on campus initiatives. Hopefully that network has grown. Rootability, it supports the inspires students to make their universities more sustainable, resilient, and fair by designing, advocating, and running student-led and staff-supported sustainability hubs. These initiatives and many others have been instrumental in supporting campus greening efforts and in making campus activities more sustainable. Including staff is always critical because wherever you go, whether there is an office or a facility or campus as a whole, when you go and try to motivate students to do something, if they are not careful about the working with the staff on changing things, the staff may just resist, or they may say, I know this will never work, and so on and so forth. So always engage staff before, prep them for what changes may be coming and what students may be demanding that's new or more. Then you are going to again not be sustainable in your efforts. Some problems in promoting sustainable campuses. Despite the value of campus greening initiatives, there are still some factors which have been hindering progress in their implementation and dissemination. This is so for various reasons. We look at a table, I hope, uh, providing an overview of some of them. I have condensed the last chapter again to a brief overview, brief summary, but I have included enough of the most salient messages. Further problem worthy of mentioning is a lack of coherence between the operations of the universities, the many services they offer to students, and the willingness to engage on sustainability efforts. So there is still this idea that we want to advertise ourselves as a sustainable campus, but actually implementing initiatives, innovation, and on the ground demonstration of sustainability are not easy to get done in reality. For instance, a university may be engaged on efforts to reduce energy use and promote energy efficiency, but produces vast amounts of food waste. This type of discrepancy is often found and is counterproductive to efforts to promote holistic campus greening. So again, remember, we want to worry about energy, mobility, facilities, waste management, and supply chains, value chains, but you also want to include food, water, health, and buildings in these things, right? So some of the factors limiting the impact of campus greening initiatives: lack of coherent programs, limited funding, absence of training schemes, limited infrastructure, lack of measurements, monitoring, evaluation, reporting, transparency, avoidance of greenwashing, lack of documentation and dissemination of good initiatives. So impacts tend to be on ad hoc basis initiatives that are not sustained very well, no specific financial basis for continuing the effort, limited skills, few opportunities to practice sustainability, so no recycling containers or paper collection for reuse, little opportunities to assess the benefit from campus initiatives. We saw one example where students concluded that there was some greenwashing going on. Campus greening initiatives and their benefits are not suitably documented for further dissemination, meaning they may not be visible within the institution, so it's more difficult to even go out and amplify the change outside, right? What are the conclusions? Bearing in mind that much progress has on the one hand been achieved with respect to implementation of sustainability initiatives on campuses, but also there are still many needs to be met on the other, it's relevant to list some of the areas where action is still needed. Some of them are the setup of an infrastructure to coordinate sustainability related activities on campuses by means of a sustainability unit or via green office. A dedicated team and an office is always important. It's a matter of fact that many of the measures which are related to resource efficiency and use are coordinated by the State Department of Universities and hence decoupled from broader sustainability efforts. A formal structure could be helpful in consolidating individual initiatives, could maximize the synergies among them and lead to a more efficient use of financial and human resources. So motivating the staff, the facilities people and so on, could work by incentivizing to participate in sustainability. Let's say you reward them for demonstrated reductions in waste and energy use, food, water, and so on. Greater integration of individual initiatives on campuses such as energy conservation and waste management, which are largely undertaken on an ad hoc basis today by different departments and units within the university. So their impact can be maximized so that you synergize them and don't just make ad hoc decisions but have a well strategized planned effort that combines food, water, energy, health, buildings, transportation, for example. Here again, a green office can do that coordination. Since efforts related to sustainability on campuses are long-term, much could be gained by implementing monitoring mechanisms to ascertain and document progress over a given period of time. Monitoring, evaluation, reporting. Data. This may take place, for instance, by means of periodical, for example, biannual or annual reports where the evolution of the work and the impact of the measures undertaken could be documented and cross-checked against what was achieved earlier. You cannot make progress and adjust your ways unless you have monitoring and evaluation. Improved communication within the campus about ongoing and future activities could also support their implementation, raising awareness about the work taking place and by possibly fostering new initiatives. Due to the wide thematic spectrum and scope of sustainability initiatives on campuses, the integration of such initiatives in teaching programs can be regarded as a low-hanging fruit. You must include them in curricular activities. A linkage between teaching and curricular content with practical works on campuses, for example, surveys with students, staff, collection and processing of data, field observations, etc., could be beneficial to many students and make the learning process more interesting as well as more holistic and more impactful. Overall, a university or college campus offers ample opportunities for research projects which they may use as a living lab. Even at the micro level, for example at the department level, small initiatives can make a big difference. It's true that the implementation of campus greening activities requires some careful considerations and some planning, but many positive results they yield suggest that it's a worthy effort. Well, it's a worthy effort just because we are preaching to the whole world that we need to be sustainable and that there is a climate crisis, and we are all living a normal life, but we keep saying there is a crisis, and then we talk about our retirement plan or vacation or kids and their future and so on. What is their future if you don't live like it's a crisis instead of just talking, and if you don't implement sustainability on campus instead of just teaching about it, researching about it, and telling the world that we should do it, right? So let's leave this book here. Hopefully it's useful. As usual, I'm very brief, but the book is very good, has a lot of details, a lot of language problems, editing is terrible, but it's still got very good content that hopefully can actually serve implementations as well. which is what this course is aimed at. I am trying to push for a sustainability effort on this campus at IIT Bombay and net zero, carbon footprinting, etc. So hopefully this course will serve that purpose in the long run as well, okay, or in the short run, okay.